Look on Sherman TV here with Chris Millington. So a 2-2 draw. What are your thoughts on the game?
Very difficult to order my thoughts, to be honest with you, Luke. I think, just disappointed. I mean, it is such a sinner to concede a late equaliser in that manner. After the effort and application the lads have put in, I think, when you consider the balance and the makeup of the squad, it's a joy to see them committed and working so hard and so cohesive in their effort, that I believe they really deserve a reward like a good win away at York. So it's a sickener to not be able to see it through.
Looking back to the start of the game, and starts don't come better than that with 2 goals inside the opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, really good. Good goal from Tom Pugh. He strikes the ball like that in training and in warm-ups week in, week out. And I asked him before the game to make sure if he got an opportunity to shoot from range that he struck it the way he does in training, and he did that. He really drilled it. It was a really impressive strike, and obviously the set piece. Maybe the one disappointment on the attacking set pieces is we won a lot of first contacts on our attacking set pieces, but we've only really tested the keeper on the first one. There was a couple of attacking corners we won first contacts on and didn't really affect the keeper, and then in the second half the attacking wide free kick that got delivered in, and again quite comfortably won a first contact almost undefended, and failed to test the keeper with it. So disappointed in that respect.
Obviously York got themselves back into the game about 10 minutes later with a well taken penalty.
He did, and absolutely no argument on the penalty. I think Adam Senior's a phenomenal servant for this football club and played every minute of every game this season. And well, so we forgive him a slight error there. That's uncharacteristic, and the only reason it happened is because he's absolutely committed to defending properly, which is what we ask of him week in, week out. So, fair play. York stepped up and took the opportunity.
Of course, as the half went on, fair to say, a very scrappy game, and of course an unfortunate injury to Ryan Fallowfield.
Yeah, that was. I mean, as the half wore on, I think we've got to give York credit. That's when they took control. We didn't, probably not dissimilar to Rochdale game in some respects, that we sort of came away from what was working for us. That the wingers started to drop too deep and worried about what was happening outside them rather than holding the position and pressing what was in front of them. So we fixed that at half time, and that certainly improved the performance. The situation with Ryan Fallowfield just happened in front of us here, and that was it's never nice to see that, and from playing against him we know Ryan as a good pro, so our thoughts and prayers are with him for a quick recovery. But yeah, so we do wish him all the best. There were a number of sort of moments in the game where treatment was required. I thought it was a really hard fought, fairly contested local derby. I thought both teams were fantastic, and another area that I thought York did well. I maybe had a question mark over them when we played at the Shea earlier in the season for their whether or not they really had the fight in them, but they did. They showed it today. They fought for everything. I think they matched us in every tackle and committed to every 50-50, and they really answered that question in my mind today. I thought I was really impressed with the way they went about their business.
Got second half more or less the same chance at both ends. Keepers having to make saves at both ends. A very even contest.
Yeah, second half much more even affair. I think York will claim that they had more possession and more territory, but they should. They're at home, and that's what they set up to do. And of course, you look at the balance of the squad and the substitutions they're able to make at the end. These aren't lads who are just making up the numbers, are they? These are lads who are very, very good footballers who are coming on to affect the game. So, but I think in terms of what we did, we created opportunities. We worked the ball into areas well to create those opportunities, and we pressed a lot better to regain the ball higher up the pitch and create counter-attacking opportunities with a bit more quality. So there's plenty there that we can be encouraged by, and listen, a point away at York is not something we should be disappointed with, because it's a tough place to come, especially with the crowd. And listen, 22 minutes, I know there were a number of injuries, but 22 minutes of added time, it maybe answers the question, why do York score so many late goals? You know, if that's commonplace here, then of course they're going to get more opportunity to score late goals. So, but Callum Howe has done it to us again, hasn't he?
Yeah, as you say, a late goal costing us the points there right at the end, which almost seems to be a bit of a theme against York.
Yeah, I mean, today I've got no. Listen, I'll be the first to criticise myself, the staff, the players, when I think we've made a mistake. But I think today, you look at the context of the last sort of 20 minutes of the game. There's injuries. We've got Will Smith coming off injured, which unbalances our defensive line. Jamie Cook coming off injured. We've got Scott High staying on and playing with what looks like it might be a bit of a tough injury. We're changing shape to deal with those injuries and deal with the fact that Scott High's not able to do a great deal. So in that context, there's a lot of chaos going on. The only slight disappointment about conceding the late goal is it was at a stage when York had just gone down to 10 men. So that stings a little. But with the chaos that was going on in and around it, there's a high chance that someone's going to score. It's just disappointing that it wasn't us.
And a fantastic reception from the away end as well, which sold that one as well.
Yeah, amazing. I thought they made the majority of the noise right through the game. They were brilliant. The reception they gave us at the end, and I know it'll hurt them that we conceded late on again against York, but they were phenomenal, and I just hope they appreciate the commitment that this group of players is giving. When you look across the group, and we're average age of 23, maybe 23 and a half today in terms of outfield players. The fight and the commitment to the badge and to achieve something with this club is there for all to see. So I hope the fans are really enjoying that. I know I certainly am.
And you mentioned obviously a number of knocks and injuries, but the games keep coming, and it's Dagenham at home on Tuesday.
Yeah, Dagenham on the Shay. That's another challenge. So we're going to have injuries. We're going to have players out. It's going to mean changes to the starting 11, and the Shay presents its own challenges with the condition of the pitch at the moment. So look, we'll put a team out that we believe can beat Dagenham, and we'll give it everything we've got. But we need to rest, recover, and assess a number of those injuries before Tuesday night.
Thank you.
Top man. Cheers, Luke.